It's your man Passport Rav. Still don't got the setup back, but I was like, I gotta speak on this. I gotta do something, man. I gotta say something while this topic is still. Well, I saw it trending the last couple days. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gully TV. He followed me within the last year. He followed me, DM me, saying, showing love to the underground, showing love to the artists that don't got the major following, that don't got the big outlets, don't got the big outlets supporting and backing. Um, yeah, shout out to Gully, man. You're a real one. Uh, so, this interview with DJ Clue. Mind you, I'm in my new spot, y'all. Congratulate me. 2026 been wonderful. Ain't nobody in this chat, but I gotta speak on this as an underground artist and a fan. It's infuriating um, to hear. First of all, I don't even like speaking on legends like that. Clearly, Clue is a legend for my generation. He was the one that I felt like was putting us onto the underground at the time. I mean, I felt like them Cluminati mixtapes was playing underground music. It was playing music that wasn't on mainstream radio. So it's just confusing to me to see how our heroes veer off and lose touch. So I'm like I said, I don't even like speaking on legends like that. But somebody gotta say it. I mean, I've seen a bunch of people talking about it on Twitter and all of that. A lot of reposts, and I'm like, you know what? Can't shit on nobody's legendary career like that for being there for us hip hop fans, but we got to say what it is, man. DJ Clue is out of touch, and he's not the only one. I feel like mainstream. I don't know what it is. Is it just mainstream has to follow a protocol because they work for a company, and maybe it's the program directors that don't want to see the underground shine because maybe they're in cahoots with the major labels and don't want to share the bread. Maybe that's what it is. Because to act like Rock Marciano is not in, he's a major underground artist. He's a major artist at this point. I mean, he's worldwide. He might not be a mainstream top 40 radio kind of artist, but uh, it would do terrestrial radio a service. It would boost y'all ratings if you would support an artist that's already major across many platforms. It would boost y'all cool points because, as far as I know, major terrestrial radio has been died down. Nobody listens to the radio like that anymore, and we see budgets getting cut, people getting fired. But I don't know. I just feel like was it different back in the day where DJs given more freedom to just play what they want to hear and play what they like, or did they not give a fuck and just play it anyway? I don't know. I don't know if it's a systematic thing coming from above and telling these employees we're not supporting the underground. Because I just can't believe people personally feel this way. There's like, how can you not see this underground renaissance that's been bubbling across the world? I mean, underground artists myself going around the world and performing places where I've never been and getting love and selling merch, and it's not in a major way, but it's still like it's a scene. There's money being generated. There's love being shown. And man, it's infuriating to see someone that was so pivotal in hip hop at one point just be in the way. Real talk. It's just like you in the way. You're not putting on. You're not putting on for Rome Streets, for Sauce Heist, for Bub Styles, for Dot Demo, for David James, for Chung, for I mean, just the East Coast alone. So many fire, amazing artists doing dope shit, collabing with legends, Jay Royale, Pro Dillinger, Mickey Diamonds, like the list goes on. Passport Rav, Blue Azul. The list goes on. The underground is doing well. Um, and so now it makes me wonder, like, what is it? People. I'm not the type to really just sit here and just shit on somebody and be like, oh, you out of touch, you old ass nigga. Da da da. I'm a psychological ass nigga. I like to dig deep and figure out what is it, because you can't say there's no good music out. I mean, even if you're not a Griselda kind of person, you got Quilly Chris and Cavalier for the abstract rap kind of shit. You got your Earl Sweatshirt scene, you know what I mean? The Earl Sweatshirt Mike kind of thing. You got Nicholas F. You got so many different artists, the super lyrical ones. You got Christian hip hop now, you know what I mean? And it is overwhelming. There's a lot of music to choose from. So, like, again, I'm a psychological ass nigga, so I like to go deep and figure out what is it? Why is it nonsense? Do you really feel this way? Or is it the program director? Or is it just the good old New York is just too cool? I felt like, especially, I'm old enough to remember trying to be an artist during those golden era days. I was a teenager going to New York. I tried to give Dame Dash my CD. That shit ended up in the trash. I tried to give D from Y and D from Rough Riders my CD. They played me. Mind you, I'm by myself. I'm like a late teens. You know what I mean? Like, just tried to hand them my CD. I'll never forget that day. It was like, there's not enough room. And they were in a Hummer. I'm like, there's not enough room in the Hummer to take my CD. Whatever. I think that generation, Clue, the generation older than me, there's definitely a too cool, a purist kind of attitude, pompous purist attitude, where it's like, it's the we don't believe you need more people uh attitude, where it's just like, if a certain person isn't co-signing it, if a certain amount of people, if a certain mainstream people ain't co-signing it, it just doesn't exist. And for me, growing up in my hood, it was like, if you weren't known on the block, if you weren't a popular person, it don't matter how nice you are. I mean, unless you were extremely nice, you know, if you weren't a popular person, it was a popularity contest. It was who's the most gangster. It's not about who had the best music, or who got the most clout, who got the most name notoriety on the streets for you to get uh, respect as an artist. You know what I mean? So it's like, is it that? Is it this same old school kind of way of thinking that, like, nah, you're not getting played in the club. I don't hear you in these clubs and on the radio, so you know, you're not big enough to be getting played on my station or whatever. Or is it a program director? I don't know. I really don't know what it is, man. I just can't believe these so-called hip hop people could be so out of touch with the robust amount of music out here. That shit is. I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Like, what's your purpose? To just keep playing the same? In my opinion, there's no way. Like, I'm almost sure that these mainstream artists, whatever, the Cardi B's or the, I don't even know nowadays, these new age artists, they're not selling that much more. They're not selling albums. It's not album sales. You can't sit here and say these motherfuckers is more rich or whatever than a Rock Marcy or a West Side Gun. Like, I'm sure, like, they're major indie artists. I'm sure uh they're eating just like a major artist is. Um Shit is whack. Let me look at some of these comments. There's always gonna be some weirdos in the vertical view. Can expect the randoms. Come subscribe to your boy. You know what I mean? Ultra Instinct says, not gonna lie, the underground thriving like the 90s to me. Absolutely it is. Absolutely. There's so many options of Coast Contra. There's so many different options of things you could listen to. If you want to go to super heavy gun bars, you know, you got Dark Low kind of stuff. You got Vidon. You got 183rd, Def Soldier. And that's just the East Coast. Yo, stay still. I'm almost. Of course, we got a weirdo recoil. What's good? Your head shaped like an ice cream cone. You must be a teenager. Once upon a time, we didn't know our favorite MCs look like. Yeah, yeah, man. What I think of the new Kanye? I didn't listen to the whole thing. I feel like I've been bumping Preacher. I don't know. I thought it was already out. I could have swore I already heard that song or the album. I guess somebody was telling me yesterday it's a redo or like a re-release of his old shit. But I mean, you can't cancel Kanye, bro. You know what I mean? Whatever them people business is with all this racial shit, that ain't got nothing to do with black people. And Kanye is the modern age Michael Jackson. Yeah, and they both had problems. They both had problems with the same kind of people. Yeah, these record labels. You know what I mean? These major labels. So can't cancel Kanye. He's too amazing. Even though I was watching his performance and it was a little lackluster. It was like, meh, a lot of lights, a lot of lights and special effects, but just kind of a lazy performance. But it's still fire because music ain't going nowhere. Music is greater than, you know what I mean? Music is greater than whatever bullshit ass opinions and political fucking shit. Um, if you're gonna cancel Kanye, you got to cancel the record labels that have thrived, the 300 ENTs um, that have life insurance policies on rappers as they simultaneously encourage them to kill each other. You gotta cancel these labels that been thriving off of Black Death and poverty in prison for the last 30 years if we're gonna cancel fucking Kanye West. You know what I mean? So yeah. Ye will always be a hero in my book. I don't give a fuck what that man says. And if you a softy that got a problem with Kanye, just unsubscribe. Don't fuck with me. Yeah, because he's a great influence on me as an artist producer, for sure. I don't agree with everything he does, and he is a weirdo in some ways. Like, and and I say that with discretion. You know, like I think the industry has really tormented him and pushed him to become that, and he's rich enough to just say what he feels. So I think there's definitely a victim there. Um, so yeah, can't cancel Kanye. Tell the truth, most want. Lost me with that cousins BS stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. You know he got mental health issues for sure. That man definitely be on meds. You know, I think with um, not for nothing, you know, like over the counter drugs and alcohol. I mean, not to say Kanye's alcohol, but just there's a lot of over the counter legal stuff that really fucks with us and can change our being, just change our mind and mental uh, when overdone. And you know, Young Noble, for instance, out of the Outlaws, I heard that he was taking medication that was messing with his mental health and causing him to have extreme depression. You know, um, and if you don't know about Young Noble, go look it up. You know, that was pretty recent. And yeah, nah, I think like mental health, not for nothing. Um, we all have some sort of mental things, and if you go to the drug side of taking drugs to counter the mental stuff, the drugs put you somewhere else. Like it might fix the problem temporarily, but the drugs also create a problem that now you're dealing with an extreme, you know, brain patterns that's just off kilter type shit. And yeah, he be wilding sometimes. Can't take away from the music though. Can't take away from the music. All right, so we're gonna start put user on timeout. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, Young Noble of the Outlaws, man. Rest in peace. You know, he's from my town, Essex County, Montclair. Um, you know, he took himself out. Uh, I want to say less than I was in Aruba at the time when I got the news. But yeah, and it was medication for something else that he was taking that, you know, from what I'm hearing, they say that kind of pushed him to throw his mental health over the bridge. But yeah, man. Again, back to the what I was originally talking about. DJ Clue doesn't have a clue. The underground is thriving. We're not making big noise in the streets like because once upon a time there was Rockefeller, Dipset, State Property, you know, the G Unit. It's like, you know, the Terror Squad. There's probably 10 groups, maybe, that can fit in this universe of hip hop music, just in New York, for instance, or the East Coast. And it was like whoever had the most ruthless crew, dope rapper crew, dope boys that invested in it, you know what I mean? Street reputation, dope boys, good music. It's like you really had to have all of that just to make any kind of noise. So it's like a really exclusive group of people that can make any noise in hip hop during this era. So now it's more open and it's spread, and instead of just 10, you know, major indies, it's hundreds probably right now. You know what I mean? Or maybe 100 across the board that's like really making noise. And yeah, there's just more options to pick, and it's harder to find. But yo, if you love this shit, just go use Chat GPT, man. Chat GPT or Google, goddamn, the new age underground hip hop, because it's doing great out here. And the major radios would probably be in a better place if they incorporated some of these artists that are actually making moves and doing their thing. Take a chance, man. Shout out to the DJs that take a chance on artists and DJs that have a platform that take a chance on the artists that should be heard. Because if you're not trying to put a new artist on, you just in the way. You in the way. And that's why niggas start saying you old as hell, and they start age shaming people because y'all just be in the way. Y'all don't want to get with the times. You know what I mean? Step outside. Come to these underground shows. You know, New York niggas be too cool. It's just this too cool shit. Like, you're waiting for, I don't know what, before, you know what I mean, you recognize it. To not even mention a Rome Streets, who's clearly, like, touring the world. Like, a New York local artist that started small and got to that major level. Like, get y'all shit together, man. Respect the new age hip hop that's going on, and stop making us look like idiots. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to me. Shout out to the weirdos. Y'all help this page too. You know what I mean? Ultra Instincts. Peace. New fans, old fans, check me out. Passport Rav, 83rd Strike out right now. Go to that Bandcamp, get the vinyl, passportrav.bandcamp.com. Well, cop the vinyl, cop a digital copy, buy some shit, you heard? I'm out, man. Peace.